Dude, have you seen this new Snapchat filter?
No, I have not seen the new Snapchat filter. I prefer the truth, Elias. The unrepentant, unfiltered truth. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. I kind of enjoy being lied to and blissfully living in ignorance within my own existence.
Jesus, that's brutally honest. But, hey, I applaud you. It actually takes a lot of courage to introspect yourself in such a raw manner. You know, too many people lack self-awareness these days, Elias. Take this cup of coffee, for instance.
You're late.
Yeah, man, yeah, I know. It's drive-thrus, man. You know, they're just... You know, if people just got off their phones every once in a while, maybe, just maybe, there wouldn't be a lull in the line and my coffee would be hot instead of room temperature when I receive it.
And you'd be on time. You know they got an app where you can pre-order.
Apps. Don't talk to me about apps, man. The only apps that matter are the appetizers.
So you're aware of how convenient...
How malefic and illusionary they are? Yeah, dude. Yeah, I am, Elias. In fact, I'm kind of saddened by how willing we are to be distracted by vapid and trite content, if only to avoid facing ourselves.
I don't think it's that deep, bro. Just get dressed.
Yeah, so like, what's up with that app though? Is it like free on the App Store or like what's going on? So like, you see, man, it's like rather than address and dissect both the triviality and absurdity of our existence, we seek solace when we can. Even in like the few seconds our hands aren't busy, you know, aside from a viral video or a fleeting popular meme, God forbid we don't have a face-warping dog filter, no offense, Tina, on a Snapchat to keep us entertained as we wait for seconds, mere seconds for coffee. I mean, come on. And also, doesn't it kind of bug you that like people use your likeness for like, you know, entertainment or whatever? I mean, you need some representation, man. And you know, I'll talk about that in the next show. I promise. Dude, because like we get distracted from like all the real issues that plague us. Think about it, man. With so many forms of media depicting stories of like the political elite engaging in a pissing contest or the underdog. You see what I did there? You know, the underdog triumphing over insurmountable tribulation only to have made his circumstance worse, or outlandish comedies that can only happen on a fictitious level, we lose topic of what's in front of us and how our immediate circumstance is not as flashy, but far more complex and raw, without all that flash and dazzle that we so desperately need to keep us engaged. You know, none of that like Hollywood crap, man. Speaking of crap, dude, are you like almost done? Because like we gotta start soon. And why? What the hell am I doing here? Why am I walking you? I'm like the host of one show and like, what, like pick up your crap in the other?
Dude, it was just coffee.
Yeah, it was an expensive cup of coffee, Elias. I'm sorry, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't exactly make all the money in the world. What do I look like to you? Like a plumber or something? Jesus. You know, I should have just gone to trade school. So back in Shakespeare's time, theater for him was more of a blank page to write his poems on. He brought them to life by putting his characters through adventures, torrid little love affairs, and so on. In Greek tragedy and epics, we see stories of men grappling among themselves and their relationships with the gods, who seemingly only put us here to suffer. So with that in mind, what if these characters actually stopped and like took the time to ask themselves the real questions, the ones that matter, the ones that only they could answer? What am I even doing here? What's it all about? Are the birds real, or are they just government drones? Would they have persevered, or having facing their existence and recognizing it, would it debilitate and depress them? I mean, who wants to keep going on in the face of adversity when said adversity may just be for naught? In this episode of Let's Talk Theater, we bum you out again. I'm sorry. I mean, we explore and discuss modern theater and the rise of realism. I'd say we're really excited, but really we're just kind of like meh about the whole thing, cause nothing matters anyway. We'll be right back after these messages. Hey man, do you know anybody that like watches this show?
Dude, not even my mom watches it.
Really? 'Cause I mean, my mom watches the show.
Does she though?
No. Well, I mean, here's what I think. She tells me she doesn't watch the show. She tells me every morning, no, of course I wouldn't watch your show. Please move out. Late 19th century, or if you're like Elias, the late 1800s, There was a shift in focus regarding subject matter of not only theatrical work, but of literature as well. The father of modern theater, Henrik Ibsen, a Norwegian playwright, brought out his metaphorical microscope to dissect the issue of the general public. Realism, a slice of life they called it, became the focus of theatrical productions. Someone in that time period decided we needed to see ourselves for what we really are. We needed a mirror. They said, we're done with this, fairies and ghouls. We're done listening to aristocrats cry about their tortured lives. We want to hear about our tortured lives. Now, I don't know if the general public actually said that verbatim, but the artists at the time did. And what are artists if not a reflection of their environment and time period? Ibsen's principles illustrated in his work was that of patient endurance and the pursuit of nobler ideals. He taught us that honesty in facing facts is the first requisite of a decent life. Society and the individual has hypocrisies and obscure diseases that need to be illuminated and explored. They need to be revealed in order to be cured. Ibsen suggests that it is the moral obligation placed on those who are aware, those who are emotionally intelligent enough to realize these facts, and to recognize them. Is not pessimism. No. It will be difficult. It requires courage and honesty, and faith in the ultimate worth of a human soul. He, like many artists that followed, set out to educate the general public, to hold a mirror up to them and say, this is you. Do you think this is right? Is this behavior acceptable? Are these choices acceptable? Because sadly, only we alone can help ourselves. No help can come from without. Artists can only lead you to water, but they can't make you drink. Some of the simple ideas distilled in his work is that experience and life are a happiness in themselves, not merely a means to happiness. You have to be happy going through the motions. Like Camus says, one must imagine Sisyphus happy.
Who the heck is Sisyphus? And who's Camus?
Oh, Elias, you kill me. Who's Camus? All right. Okay, hey, Janet? Janet?
Godforsaken coffee shop drive-thru. Move! Do you not have peripheral vision? There's a gap in the line. These people can't go a few minutes without craning their necks to look down at their freaking phones.
Oh my God, I know. I was just talking about that, but...
Have you noticed that no one answers their freaking texts anymore, but yet everyone has their freaking phone in hand? What's the point? What are you doing if you're not talking to people? Like, seriously!
All right, calm down, believe me, I know. But, so while you wait there, can you regale us with a bite-sized tidbit on absurdism and the great Albert Camus?
All right. Camus, absurdism, you know what? Here's a video I did on the topic for my YouTube channel.
You got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I got like 500,000 subscribers.
What? I have like 10.
After World War II, artists, writers, philosophers all seem to be vibing on the same general topics. It's almost as if a world in turmoil would do that to people. The absurdist philosopher Albert Camus put into words the frustrations of existence and how to deal with it. In one of his several books, The Myth of Sisyphus, he asks many questions. How do I deal with the existence? How do I deal with the absurdity of living? Nothing makes sense and nothing means anything. What's the point? He details and outlines possible solutions and lets you know why they aren't good solutions. Questions that you might have, etc. And in the end, he tells you the story of a guy and tells you that the answer to life is to believe wholeheartedly that he is happy. Simple, right? In the myth, the fictional Greek king Sisyphus defies the gods on several occasions. This makes them obviously angry. Well, wouldn't it make you angry? Being the conniving and manipulative little expletive that he was illustrated as, he managed to cheat death twice, chain the literal character of death to a rock so no one on earth could ever die again, and tricked Hades into letting him go back up after he had already died. And the gods said enough. They condemn him to roll a giant boulder up a hill, only to have it roll back down again for all of eternity. To reiterate the solution, Camus said is to imagine wholeheartedly that he is happy. You should find happiness in going through the motions. Do not expect an end or a prize, because there isn't one.
Yeah, thanks, Janet. Man, she used my set again. I mean, you know what? This stops now. I'm calling my mom. Mom? Mom? No, what? Yeah, it's serious. Mom, it's Mom. I think you were right. I think Janet is my mother's favorite. Through the myth of Sisyphus, we learn one essential thing that is most applicable now more than it has been in the past several years. And it is to live in the present. To focus on the immediate now as opposed to the doom and gloom of the future or dwell on the unchangeable past. It is when we come to expect things that we sabotage and set ourselves up for major disappointment. What I'm trying to say, and it is in my own personal opinion, that nothing matters, life is meaningless, and we're all going to die anyway. So, what's the purpose of going on? Well, I say to you, how could you not want to after making such a glaring realization? See, it is through this epiphany that one is granted the most ultimate freedom and liberty that is afforded to us as mortal beings. Through free will, we decide what our life's purpose is as individuals and therefore give our own meaning to life. And instead of abiding one general truth, which is a myth, we abide our truth, the universal truth, the subjective truth.
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did you write that?
I wish I could write something so profound. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us the opportunity to entertain you this semester. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that like button. What do all those stupid YouTubers say?
Doesn't that mean we're just stupid YouTubers now?
No, man, no. It's different because we're speaking truth here, man. We're talking about, like, real stuff. So, what are we thinking for lunch? We got Wingstop. I mean, there's always the old Reliable Bees. Hey, there's Chili's.
Hey, man.
Oh, hey.
What's up?
You know, just a little this, little that.
I'm sorry for scaring you that one time, acting like a diva when you didn't know me. The truth is, I've been living in obscurity for so long, I didn't know how to handle my time in the spotlight.
It's cool, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. So I'll see you at Applebee's?
For sure, man, yeah.
Oh, great, great. I was wrong about you. You really are a great guy. I'm glad we buried the hatchet.
Yeah, me too, buddy. Who the heck was that?